Good morning, guys. My name is Phil. Welcome back to Miranda Detailing. In today's episode, we're working on this 2015 Ford F-150 King Ranch. So the King Ranch is in for our diamond service as well as a light polishing. And there's a few things that the customer pointed out that he wants taken care of. One of those things are these stickers right here on the side of the truck. So I'm going to show you how we remove those. There's also some little dealer stickers on the back tailgate that he wants removed. And the interior also, of course, is going to be deep cleaned as usual with this detailing service. But it has the King Ranch leather. And, does it take any type of special leather conditioners? Some say yes. The Ford dealerships will sell you their type of leather conditioner, but we're going to show you what we use. Guys, if you're enjoying videos like this, and I hope you are, consider subscribing and clicking that bell so you don't miss stuff. And yeah, it is super hot out today, so that's why I'm rocking this, and that's why you can hear all the cicadas. Let's get started.
Overall, the paint was in great shape. There were a few bugs to battle, but nothing serious, so we'll show you how we tackle these in a moment. First thing to do is rinse. A thorough rinse removes the heavy dirt and grime easily and safely. Also, just to dispel some goofy myths, using a pressure washer to blast off dirt and even heavy mud at times does not, I repeat, does not cause the dirt or mud to grind into the paint and cause swirls, marring, or scratching. It's a foolish, misleading myth. Anyone with average thinking ability could see right through that.
Anyway, APC rinsing is next. The IK Foamwear Pro 12 is filled with Super Clean 1-4. A nice thin blanket is applied to the bottom portions and allowed to dwell to soften the remaining grime and traffic film, and then rinsed off.
Also, just to note, use reasonableness and watch how the APC reacts. If it begins to dry within 10 to 15 seconds because you may be in direct sunlight, just rinse it off. It can dwell for up to 60 seconds, but just watch it so it doesn't dry completely. Even if it dries a little, it's okay. It will rinse away. And if you do get any staining on the paint or trim, don't freak out. A gentle polish on the paint or some panel wipe or IPA in the plastic trim will take care of that. The front bumper and the grille had about 60 seconds or so to dwell, so you can see how it eats away at the bugs. They blast away easily and safely without any scrubbing. Now, if they didn't blast away that easily, we just use a bug mitt with a little bit more APC or bug remover, and that's totally fine. But start with the least aggressive method first.
Wow, that just ate the bugs right off. Like, perfect. Wow, that was awesome.
Next up is a healthy foam bath, and then wash with our soft mitts and clay mitt.
Somebody clayed this properly.
Hopefully. Did you do it?
I don't know, maybe he did it. Wow. Yeah, we're gonna do an all-in-one polish on this too. Oh yes they are! What?
For the wheels, we're going to use Eagle 1 Plastic Coat Wheel Cleaner because it does contain the iron removal chemical, but again, the wheels were in pretty good shape.
So whoever was here before did a good job of deconning and protecting the paint. I don't know where he got it, but as we were rinsing and washing, there was good protection. The paint was smooth all the way from top to bottom. So yeah, whoever did this before did a really good job. All right, so let's clean up this mess and pull this thing in. Now on the topic of removing previously applied waxes, sealants, or anything like that before you apply new or polish, I'm just not a firm believer in that. I've never really seen any negative effects to not stripping the paint 100% completely so that it's just dead in that wash process. Using strip soaps, I've used them, didn't really do much. APCing the entire vehicle also is going to weaken any waxes and sealants, but you know, after we wash it, it kind of goes back to beading again. So there's still some protection hanging on. So I don't know if this was freshly waxed or sealed or whatever, but whatever's on here is, you know, still hanging on. Is it weakened? Yeah, probably, but I don't know anything about it. So going into an unknown, some people want to start 100% fresh and strip everything and do all of that. And that's completely fine. That's up to you. That is not a rule. That's up to you. That's your preference. Basically how far, you know, you want to go and your thinking. Some people have the reasoning and they have to go through those steps, or they can't continue, or they think that it's not being done properly or correctly, but that's just simply not the case. In our professional world, doing this for going on 12 years now, we've washed vehicles where, you know, we decon them, we clay them, we do all of that, and it will still bead, so that means there's still some protection on here, but it's not a big deal. We would just wax or seal right over it and have never seen any negative effects at all. So same with polishing and paint correction. Some think you have to completely strip everything or it's going to clog up your pads, it's going to affect your polishing. No, it doesn't. At least it hasn't for us. So I'm going to continue what we're doing because I'm not seeing any negative effects. It's not affecting our work. It's not affecting the quality. It's not affecting how things come out. So I'm going to continue doing it the way that we have been doing it because we have the experience, and we've seen it firsthand. I'm not going to just take someone's word for it or, their rules. I'm not going to do that. I've learned from experience firsthand, and it's not a big deal at all. So we're going to dry it. We're going to do an all-in-one polish, so we'll choose that in a moment. This truck is in really good condition. I mean, whoever detailed this before did a really good job.
Do you need to strip all the wax then?
If you're doing a ceramic coating, you should be polishing anyway. So I'm not worried about the wash process and stripping waxes and sealants, but I am concerned about polishing every inch of paint, because that is going to remove old waxes and sealants, especially our paint enhancement, because that's more aggressive than just a light polish. And it's more aggressive than panel wiping and using solvents. Abrasion, true abrasion with a polisher is going to remove old waxes and sealants. So, and then we'll do a light panel wipe if needed after that. So again, during the wash process, not worried about stripping previously applied waxes, sealants, or anything like that. Again, if it's a coating, that's a different story. But, if it's an unknown, if we don't know, you can't strip a coating anyway. You have to mechanically abrade it off. So, yep. You have to take each detail, each vehicle as it comes, and assess what needs to be done to it. But again, that's personal choice, whether you want to strip the paint during the wash process or not. Don't force it upon anyone. Don't make it a rule, because it really isn't needed.
Now for the interior, I had to lower the volume. We had some music playing in the background, and the vacuuming was just too monotonous and noisy. So please remember, we're not an ASMR channel. Most times I don't have ambient sounds in the background because we're talking or it's just way too noisy. First and foremost, we are detailers operating a business and not an ASMR channel.
Some tiles, before I get some tiles. These are interesting. And I'll ball. Sorry, always. Okay. Head up. Wow, that's neat. All right, guys. Well, the interior is nice and clean now. It really did not take much. I mean, the driver's side was the worst. So the rest of it, you know, we just had to steam the leather, clean it, and basically kind of do a damp shampooing on the carpets. We installed his Husky liners. He had those in the back, but he wanted those installed. Everything is looking good. Now, this leather is not like original King Ranch leather. If you remember the older trucks, it was real uncoated leather. This is just regular uncoated leather. I mean, this is just regular coated leather. So nothing special. You don't have to use anything fancy. So we're using, this is one of our new favorites, the Liquid Cow leather conditioner from Showcar, and apply it the same way that you would any other leather or vinyl seats. So the newer King Ranches, I mean, that's nice. It's nice leather, nice stitching and everything, and good quality. But still, it's just regular coated vinyl and leather. So treat it that way. A point about conditioning leathers and plastics. Some people say it's coated leather. It's already coated from factory. You don't need to condition it. You're not really truly conditioning leather. Stop all of that. Don't confuse people with that. Just do your research. It's just coated vinyl. And if it is leather, it's coated leather. As in they put a spray on it. It has a coating, but it's a porous coating. So all plastics and leathers, just like this, need hydration. So your conditioners, it's called a conditioner because it does condition. It adds oils, it adds UV protection. That's the purpose of it. So stop getting caught up in, and I'm talking to the trolls and the other weirdos who don't understand and who just love to bicker and go back and forth. They obviously don't truly understand the concept of materials in vehicles. These are all coated materials, but they are porous. They dry out. They outgas. You need to protect it from UV, and you need to add oils back into it. So this stuff has conditioning oils that hydrate the plastics and the leathers, whether coated or not, doesn't matter, and adds protection and makes it look nice as well. So that's the point of these types of conditioners. Don't get hung up on the word conditioner when it comes to these types of coated plastics and leathers. If it's true uncoated leather, like, I don't know, horse saddles, that's completely different. We're not detailing horse saddles. So don't think of it that way. Don't get confused. Just use the appropriate conditioners that automotive detailing companies have put out, and they work great. As far as cleaning the leather, we use the lithium Hyper Cleanse. Perfect for all-around cleaning, except carpets. I guess you can use it on carpets, but I don't use it on carpets. I use it everywhere else, leathers, plastics, and it really cleans up nice. And it, you know, will strip any of the oils from the dirty oils, that is, from the seats and armrests and all of that, and leave it nice and clean and ready for conditioning. So this is looking great. All right, now we're almost done with the interior. She's going to continue dressing all of that. I have some water spots to contend with. I want to remove from the back glass here. Yeah, you can see them right there. Those water spots, and there's some on the sunroof as well. I want to get rid of those. So here's what we're going to use. I got a couple of different water spot removers. I still love the Last Coat Clear SR. I'm almost out of it, so I'll use a little bit of this. But you may have seen in other videos, I picked this stuff up and I've always wanted to try it, and I have to say I'm extremely impressed. This is heavy duty stuff. It is awesome. So we're going to use probably both of these today. and remove those water spots. Oh yeah, and these pillars, I am not going to leave them like that. Oh, those look horrible. Look at that. Are you going to leave them like that?
No, it's terrible.
It is terrible. Oh well. All right, we'll fix that. And that's just residue from the dressing on here. Using a little bit of last touch on the glass. We love this stuff. Kind of forgot about it, but this stuff is awesome from Meguiar's. So vinyl removal is done. That came out great. You can see there was like a big mark here, like a gouge into the vinyl. And, you know, fortunately it didn't really gouge into the paint. We just have a slight dent and a slight little scuff. Let's see if we can focus on it here. Yeah, it's right there. You can see it. Really light. That might come out with compounding or, you know, a light polish. But at least it didn't leave any type of ghosting or haloing around the vinyl here. Just use a little bit of the Kosh Chemie Ulix, which is amazing stuff, but very, very strong. Use very little of it. But no glue residue. The steamer, I feel, is the best way to remove vinyl stickers like that and even PPF film. It's better than a heat gun. It's less risky. And I can actually work with my hands. You saw how close my hand was to the steamer. Really not causing an issue. So it heats it up enough to melt the residue, and it grabs it all, you know, along the way, and it doesn't leave residue on the paint. At least for vinyl stickers. PPF, I know, is different, and it will leave the vinyl. It will leave the glue residue. But in this case, perfect. Nice and smooth. Light polish over that will be perfect. The little symbol under here, gone. And this one, gone. So the owner wanted those removed. Nice, clean look now. So great. Now we're going to go on to polishing. Oh yeah, I got to clean these, and they go in the bed here. So interior is looking awesome. New Husky liners the owner purchased and wanted us to install. Leather is looking incredible. Interior is pristine, ready to go. All right, good. So as far as the polishing goes, I miss HD Speed. So that's what we're going to use today. Now I got a couple of other new products from a company, and they just sent me these products. They didn't reach out to us, they didn't communicate to us at all, but York's Wax sent us 3 different products. We have this gold standard ceramic wax, we have another detailer, and then we have like a cream paste wax that they sent us. Very fancy stuff. Look at the labeling. Oh, this is cool looking. So I'm going to use this to top. I've already used this stuff to, you know, get an idea of what it's like. It is awesome. The application of this, extremely easy. Now, I don't know about working in the sun, but working in here, it was super easy to apply. So I'll try it out in the sun also and see. But this stuff, application-wise, beautiful. So thank you, York's Wax. They sent it to us, but I didn't have any prior communication. So Just came in a box, opened it, and here were some new products. That just happens. I'm going to focus on the exterior now, polishing. And like I mentioned, we're going to use the HD speed. And yeah, I haven't done this yet, but you'll see that along the way. So we're making our way around the truck and it's looking great. We did have to contend with some water spots in the paint, but the polisher is helping to remove them, but some of them are really stubborn and not really budging. So we have water spots on the side glass as well. See if we can kind of pinpoint it here. There we go. We can kind of see those water spots there, and chemical is not removing that. So those light water spots, I mean, they look light, but they're not budging. So on the roof, however, we are making some progress. But look, you can still see these hard water spots, and they were really bad before. And I had to remove them with the felt pad, and it helped dramatically. But they're still there. So I'm going to hit it one more time, but if it doesn't come out, I'm leaving it. I'm not going to go any further. So I'm hitting it pretty hard with the Clarity Cream and the felt pad. So it looked like this, really bad heavy water spotting. And we're able to clean it up and it looks much, much better. But there's only so far I'm gonna go. I can't feel the water spots, so sometimes they just etch into the glass and into the paint. There's not much you can do unless you really want to attack it with sandpaper, but no, that's not what we do here. I'm only going to go as reasonably, as far as I can to a reasonable degree. So yeah, that's it. Kosh Kami, Kosh Kami. So we just applied the glass sealant. As that's drying and curing, we're going to apply a top layer of the York's Wax ceramic wax. They're gold standard. Really cool stuff. Very easy to apply, right? Yeah. Just wipe on, wipe off. That's it. So yeah, really nice slick surface. Really nice stuff. This is looking great. So the water spots on the sunroof, yeah, they came out pretty good. Not 100% because they're just hard etched into the glass, but I'd say like 80% improvement. This thing is almost done. Looking amazing. All right, everyone, we are good to go. This thing is looking beautiful, super glossy, protected, glass is protected, all the chrome is looking incredible. Now you saw when we first washed this, we used the Super Clean 4-to-1 and foamed it with the IK Foamer Pro 12, and you saw how it just ate the bugs away and we just blasted them off. I don't know how fresh those bugs were, but it doesn't matter. They came off easily. So do you need a bug remover? That's up to you. They do work, yes, but a degreaser can work just as well. So you make the call. If you want a dedicated bug remover, no problem. Go out and get one. The DP one is really good, the insect eliminator, or you can just use Super Clean 4-to-1, and it works really well also. So for the protection, we already used 3D speed, obviously, and this does have protection built in. Not the strongest protection, so just be mindful of that. It's an awesome product. You've seen me use this many times. If you're a regular on the channel, we'll always love 3D speed. We topped it with the York's Wax Gold Standard Ceramic Wax. This stuff is like liquid gold. It's so nice to use. Beautiful, warm glow. Look at that, glossy, warm glow. Very easy to use too. And this stuff, you just wipe on, wipe off. You just use a towel. You barely apply, like you spray it onto the towel, and when you apply it, it just evaporates so quickly. It leaves no streaking, no smudging, smearing, nothing. It's the easiest to use. So really, really nice stuff. So thank you again, York's Wax, for sending us some nice stuff. We also got their Best in Show detailer, or their spray wax. So we use a little bit of this, and in areas where there's like smudging or something from the 3D speed or whatever, we just use a little bit of this. And again, it's a spray wax. It can go on top of the ceramic wax or used as a maintenance. So we have that. And then we did get to use this, but I'm just not a fan of paste waxes, but this is like a buttercream paste wax. This stuff is like the consistency of like whipped cream cheese. This is a very like fancy type of boutique show wax. It is really, really nice and glossy. I've used it on our own vehicle, and don't get me wrong, it is nice glossy stuff. It's just a paste wax, so it's a little bit more time consuming to apply, but still a really good option. It's a nice like fancy boutique wax. If you have something really fancy, a classic car, something that's going to a show, top it with that, and maybe that, and maybe that, or that, and that. It doesn't matter. Top it with any of these products and you'll be good to go. Protection, gloss. Now as far as the vinyl sticker here that's still sitting on the floor over there, removed very easily with steam. That's a great option, a great way to remove vinyl. And that little scuff that was over here, it's just a tiny, tiny indent now with a little bit of a paint imperfection that I couldn't get out, unfortunately, but barely noticeable now. You don't really see it without that vinyl being there and having it so noticeable. Certainly a cleaner look without the stickers. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed. If you've enjoyed the video so far, don't forget to like them, share them with others, and subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss stuff. And if you're interested in any of those products, then check out the links down below. If you already have products that work for you and you love them, share them on here down below. Comment what you like, what are your go-tos, but stick with them. You don't have to go out and buy everything that we show you. That's not the purpose of this. The purpose is to show you multiple products, but mostly techniques, how to get the most and the best out of your tools and products. Thank you guys for joining me. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great week. Take care.